Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Antonia and I hope you guys had a blessed week. Now today is going to be all about eternity, just no end in time or space, and we're going to talk about that. And we're going to see what it means to be driven by eternity. Now, some of you guys might already know John BEVERE. I believe that's how you say his last name. I've heard many people say it differently. I heard John BEVERE before. So whatever it is, there's a picture of him right here. He is a pastor and a author. And an author, actually, not a author. I think he's a great guy. I learned a lot from him. I don't see anything wrong with his teachings either. So we're gonna talk about some things that he preached, and I'm also gonna talk about this wonderful book called Driven by Eternity, okay? It really changed my life. Like reading this, it really opened a new perspective for me, and I want to share it with you guys because I think it's really important. But anytime you guys feel led to read the same materials I'm showing you guys, or are just interested in it, then the links will be down below. All right, starting with the video. If some of you guys are wondering how I came to know John BEVERE, not personally, of course, but just know him. In my youth group at church, okay, we started listening to the Bait of Satan. It's like an online video. It's also a book. It's originally a book, I think, but then he kind of preaches about it as well in some videos. I believe they're free, so if I can find it, I'll put the links down below as well to the video so you guys can watch them. And also link the book down below, The Bait of Satan. A little disclaimer, when you're watching him talk, the first time I did, I thought I was playing the video at 2 times the speed because it was just so fast. So you might have to like pause within the video to actually kind of comprehend what he's saying. And John BEVERE just did like a great job at explaining how like the tactics the devil uses and how it really affects us as like individuals or as a society, and how it has been shown in the history of this happening. So I thought it was really interesting, really eye-opening. And then once we were done the Bait of Satan at our church, we went into Driven by Eternity. Now, it's also a book, obviously, as you can see, but there's also lessons to it, so several episodes. Again, I'll try to list the videos down below if I can find them online. And Driven by Eternity talks about how you should really live your life and base your decisions off of the eternal perspective. The foundation to building a Christ-like life is the knowledge of like the eternal. Now, God has put eternity into our hearts, okay? And so we can understand what eternity is in our hearts. We can't really comprehend it with our minds because we're limited. So the book basically talks about how when you get to understand the full concept of like eternity and what it really means, then you can base healthy decisions in your life and just live for God in a more effective and like healthy manner. And also, it kind of builds up your fear of God. Because I realized before I read this book, I loved God, obviously. I like lived for him and all, but I didn't really have that fear of God really inside of me. Like I didn't feel it every day, or I didn't acknowledge it. And this book kind of just helped me to really think about it differently. And honestly, like the first half of the book, it's about hell, okay? And the second half is about heaven. So you go to the scary part first, and then he kind of makes up for it for the good part at the end. Anyway, I started reading this book, and I got so scared, you guys. I actually had to put the book down. Like, this was intense, man. So if you guys want a book that will really like fuel your fear of God, the healthy fear of God, like, get this, guys. It really does that. And the Bible tells us that the fear of God is the beginning of knowledge, and only fools despise wisdom and instruction. And I'm not sure if this is for everybody in the world, but for me, the fear of God is what actually stops me from sinning. It's not the love of God. Now, of course, I obey God's commands because I love him, but if I didn't fear him at all, then I don't think I would be as careful with sin as I am now. Another thing this book has taught me or showed me better is that I really don't want anyone going to hell. Like, I know it sounds so simple, but it really opened my eyes to this. Like, God is so powerful, you guys. He can do anything he wants. And God is a God you should fear and respect. And honestly, like, he can do anything with your soul. The Bible tells us, do not fear man who can only kill your body, but fear God who can kill, like, your soul as well and put it to hell. Because once you die, God will make a judgment, whether good or bad. And that judgment, or better said, a decision, that decision is eternal, okay? Once God makes that decision, there won't be any changes to it, okay? He's not gonna, like, in 2,000 years, he's not gonna say, okay, never mind. You're gonna get a less punishment, a worse punishment, or a better or worse reward. Instead, it's gonna be like that forever. And understanding the concept of that eternal, of the everlasting, that is what really builds your fear of God and also your love of God, because you realize, like, okay, this time on earth really has, like, is nothing compared to infinity. And John Bevere also says, like, in math, if you take a finite number, let's say it's 100, and you divide 100 by infinity, then that number is 0. So basically, you can say that you have this 0 amount of time to live life the way you decide to, but in the end, the way you live that life is going to decide how you spend the eternal, like, everlasting life, you guys. That's a big deal. And I truly believe that a reason why so many people take sin so lightly, it's because they haven't lost the love of God, even though many people have. But I think it's more that so many people lost the fear of God and just simply don't fear the consequences anymore there are after you die. But going to the better side, in heaven, there are stages. And I'll put the verse on the screen that kind of backs up the statement. You, like, depending how you live your life for God and how you live out the calling God put into your life, you are going to be rewarded accordingly. So I guess my message for today is just, like, be driven by eternity, you guys. Like, actually live your life knowing what God can do to you after you die, like the rewards he can give you or the punishment he can give you. The world needs to fear God more, you know, so, like, little people actually do. And I'm guilty of this too. I mean, I was until, like, a little while ago. But I just, like, I think this is so important. I just really felt like sharing this with you guys because it's such an important message and it really defines, like, your eternity, like this, the place you're going to spend for the rest of time, or just forever. Not even time, because it's more than that. It's forever, you guys. And I just felt really led to share this message with you guys because I think it's so important. Because, you know, it just really decides how you're going to spend eternity. Like, the place you're gonna be for forever. And, like, again, that's a big deal, you guys. So if you guys are interested, the book Driven by Eternity by John Bevere will be linked down below, as well as The Debate of Satan. And I'll try to get the videos linked as well. They are free. They should be free, at least. I'm not sure. And yeah, you guys, it's worth reading. It's so worth reading. It's just mind-blowing. From what I know, John Bevere is a good guy. It's like nothing that I've heard is a false gospel or anything. So I do really recommend this. And yeah, you guys have, like, a blessed, fearful filled life of God. That made zero sense, but you guys get the message. Just be careful out there with your decisions and what you do. Of course, this isn't supposed to scare anyone, okay? Just, like, live life as you do. Just do it for God and give him all the glory, you guys, because he deserves it. So yeah, have a blessed day, you guys. I love you guys so much, and so does God. My Instagram is here for any questions or comments. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you guys haven't already. It would support me so much. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time.